We are back. UFC White House week, baby. We are back. Holy. Don't talk about the last 2 weeks. Just L after L. We ain't gonna talk about it. If you were there, you were there. But we are officially back in business, baby. White House weekend, Jerusalem affiliate weekend. The Jews are taking over, man. New York Knicks are in the final. World Cup is happening in America. White House, Jew event, all the same shit. Damn, man, what an exciting time to be alive. Today, I bring to you a video. We're halfway through the year. It is June 8th. Halfway through the year, so we're gonna be ranking 2026 pay-per-view events so far. Let's get into it. Up first, we're gonna be ranking the first Paramount event of the year: Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje, Sean O'Malley, Sonya Dong. Holy crap. This was a really, really, really good card, I will say, to start off the year. Banger main event, Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. Justin Gaethje wins by, 4-1, 3-2 decision. Calls out Ilya. White House main event set. Come on now. It could have been Paddy, but he fumbled. Sean O'Malley did have a snoozer. Pretty bad snoozer against Sonya Dong, I will say. I thought Sonya Dong probably won it in my eyes when I was watching it for the first time. When it went O'Malley's way, I was like, oh shit. I did want to parlay on it, but I was like, oh shit, O'Malley, damn, they hella gave that to him. Also set up a fight for him in the White House. And then we had Waldo Cortez Acosta, Dominican Poppy, making his presence felt against Derek Lewis. And he did beat Derek Lewis, and somehow Derek Lewis finds himself on the White House card. Silva, Rose Namajunas, okay fight, nothing too crazy. Allen Silva, banger. Arnold Allen went out there, showed his grit. John Silva went out there, showed how he's a contender. He's probably one fight away from the title at this point. Good ass fight, good main card opener to start the fight. And then you got Umar Figgy in the prelims, banger. Umar wins by decision. Pretty boring decision, but still banger fight. Gutierrez shows what he can do. You know, Johnson went out, or no, I think Perez knocked him out. Johnson Hernandez got canceled because of the whole gambling scandal. And you see a little sneaky Josh Hokit right at the bottom, also fighting at the White House, fighting the main fucking fight. Derek Lewis on the White House. Can you believe that? He's come a long way. This definitely was a really good card. Depending on where I put certain events, I think this one goes in third place out of the 5, if I'm being honest. I think there's 2 more that are a little better. I think there's 2 more that are a little worse. I give it a solid B+. This card, solid B+ to open up the Paramount era. It was a good card. Up next, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez 2. For what reason? I don't know, man. I don't know. Main event, Diego Lopez, Volkanovski. It was a bit of a snoozer. I feel like we all know how it was going to go. It's one of those fights where you want both to win. You kind of want Volk to win a little bit more just because that's where he's at in his career. But then Lopez is a cool guy, you know. You want him to win. Also on the White House. Decision, not that entertaining. You know, Volkanovski I thought was going to win, and he won. Pretty predictable. But main card though. Hooker, St. Denis. Banger. Benoit St. Denis went out there, proved everybody wrong, showed who he was. Faziev Rufi, probably the best fight on this card. Kickboxer versus kickboxer. Rufy went out there and showed he was part of the Fighting Nerds. Showed what's up. Showed he's legit. Also on the White House fighting Michael Chandler. Come on now. Tuivasa Teixeira was okay. You know, two big blobs fighting at heavyweight. Whatever. It was an okay fight. It wasn't too bad. Quillen Salkil going out there murdering Malarkey as he should. Put his presence felt. Went off to fight. Benio knocks him out. You know, set him up for greatness. Tafa Alcantara, okay. Rodson Brundage was pretty fun. Rodson definitely won that one. Overall, pretty solid card. I wouldn't say better than the previous. The previous had a better main event. Better main card in my opinion. Although Rufy and Faziev is a strong one. Me, personally, I am putting this one in 4th place. I am giving it a B minus. Just because of that main event, kind of. You know? Put Mozart in there. I don't know, man. Switch it up. You already did this fight. Come on. We don't need it for another 3rd time now. Good card, though. Moving on to probably not the most anticipated, but definitely one everybody was looking into. Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira for the BMF. Man, what a disappointing card. I thought this one was going to be way better. Started off Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. Everybody thought it was going to be a back and forth, you know. Max hard to take down. We've seen it through most of his career. But Charles Oliveira just went out there and dogged them, man. Won the BMF title a boring way. Shouldn't have been for the BMF. I mean, no one could have predicted Charles was going to turn into a Dagestani, you know. But he played it smart for the first time in his career. Didn't get knocked down. When he was landing punches on Max, it seemed like they were hurting him for sure. But 5 round kind of like just on the ground. I mean, I give Max props for surviving 5 rounds with Charles on the floor. You know, not many people do that. But damn, what a disappointing fight card. You know, Max is going on to fight Conor McGregor in UFC 329 after the White House. Congrats to him. Charles still doesn't have a fight. Looks like it's going to be Armin next for him. We'll see how it goes. Just run the BMF title, man. Because, you know, you could have done Max versus Conor for the BMF. That would have been way funner. But, yeah, just kind of stinked it up. Rogelio the Ritter. It was an okay fight. It was pretty good. You know, not too bad. Rogelio took the dub. I think the Ritter's moving up to light heavyweight. Rogelio just had surgery. It was an okay fight. Font Rojas. Rojas just wrestled him. Pretty boring. Dober did get the pretty cool knockout on Michael Johnson. You know how he does with them black people. No racism. It just is what it is. You know, him against black people. Just goes out there and knocks him out. Rodriguez Ferreira rematch. Robocop went out there and knocked him. Spark out. I got that prediction wrong. I thought Ferreira, since he knocked him out the last time, I thought he was going to go out there and win, but didn't happen. Garbrandt and Chow had an amazing fight. I don't know. Cody Garbrandt definitely shouldn't have won, but man, those were some moments. Definitely some moments. Pretty boring card. In my opinion, the weakest out of the 5. I give this. The expectation was an A. Sadly, I'm giving it a C. Putting it in 5th place. I'm sorry. It just didn't live up to it, man. I think that's what messed it up. There's a lot of hype around it. It just didn't live up to it, you know. Boring, man. Everybody was looking forward to this main event. It just turned out really boring. Next up, though, Yuri Prohaska, Carlos Ulberg, UFC 327, Mirzakhanov, Costa. This is a banger fight card. I'm not gonna lie. Banger. Let's get into it. Main event, Prohaska, Ulberg. Man, I was rooting for Yuri, man. Especially in his last fight against Killio. He looked real good. And I thought the only person he would lose to was Chama, was Alex Pereira. But Carlos Ulberg, I mean, it looked like it, you know. Yuri gets Carlos Ulberg injured. He's injured from the knee. He tore his ACL or some shit. I think Yuri felt bad. I don't know how you do that in a fight. I don't know how you feel bad for someone and give them a chance. Like, if I was Yuri, I would just kept kicking that leg and just stayed the distance, played it safe, won the champion, But Yuri is a warrior, so I guess he's got to do it his own way. I felt so bad for him when he got knocked out by Carlos Ulberg, though. It was just like, damn. You feel bad, man. Especially when you're rooting for him. But all props to Carlos Ulberg. Goes out there, gets injured, and still knocks him out. Good for him. Costa, Mirzakhanov, what a fight. Paulo Costa goes out there, proves that he's still top tier contender. Now in light heavyweight. Proves that he's legit against an undefeated Mirzakhanov that was dogging everybody before him. I think he's definitely fighter of the card, but it definitely wasn't fight of the night because this card will always be overshadowed. Josh Hawkett versus Curtis Blades. This is definitely in the contention for fight of the year. I don't know if it beats Josh Van versus Taisuro Taira, but man, what a heavyweight fight. I think Blades was ranked like number 4. Josh Hawkett was like number 14. Talking shit the whole time. Josh Hawkett flipping him off the whole fight, and they just go back and forth and just strike. It was one of the greatest fights I ever saw live. Greatest heavyweight fights I ever saw live. Insane fight. It was so much fun. I was laughing the whole time. I was freaking out the whole time. What a fight that was. Reyes Walker was the only stinker on this card, I believe. They were just two grown men scared to fight each other. But yeah, Josh Hawkett, Curtis Blades, man, I still can't get it. I watch that fight every day, probably. It's so fun. Josh Hawkett was born this day. Now on the earned him the shot on the White House against Derek Lewis. They made the fight that night. Dana White announced it that night. Star was born. Then you got Swanson Lawler. Cub Swanson's retirement fight, goes out there, knocks him out. What a beautiful performance. Pitbull Pico, Bellator special. Pitbull's done, man. Retire. Call it a day. Pico fucking annihilated you. Holland Brown. It was an okay fight. Didn't live up to the hype. Holland, I think, is out of his prime. I think he's done. And then Randy Brown's just Randy Brown. And then Gamrot, Ribovic. Everybody thought Ribovic was up-and-comer. Gonna dog walk Gamrot, especially after losing Charles Oliveira. But Gamrot goes out there, proves he's still a vet. Suarez, Godinez. What a good women's fight. Give him props. Gastelum, Luque went out there. Still got it, man. Chilean brothers still got it, man. Still got it. Radke, Padro. I saw that fight. Pretty good fight. Prado has a pretty big head. That's all I'm going to say. This card, in my opinion, probably number 1. Probably number 1. I'm going to put it number 1 for now. Let's see how we're feeling about this last fight card that we had this week. Or not this week. This year so far. This is probably the most anticipated fight of the year before White House got announced. Holy shit, Chimaev Strickland hyped this fucking card up, man. This gave me reminiscence of Khabib Conor. Like, I was hyped for this. Like, this might be one, man. I don't know. Looking at it right now, this might be one. But holy crap. Press conference banger. Calling each other so many things. I can't say because I might get demonetized again. But Strickland goes in there, underdog story, and fucking beats Chimaev in a decision. Makes him look human for probably the first time ever, Like, Kamaru put up a good fight, but Chimaev was still there. Gilbert put up a really good fight, but Chimaev, still clear winner. This was the first time Strickland just went out there and not outclassed, but just edged over Chimaev. Had the perfect game plan, perfect style. I don't think Chimaev landed one takedown on Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland was hurting him, man. With the bad shoulder, still hurting him. Defending the takedown. It was inspirational watching it, All the props to Sean Strickland. And right before that, we get Josh Van versus Taisuro Taira. Everybody counting out Josh Van, calling him a fake champion. Can't beat Pantoja. Now Taira's gonna go out there and wrestle him and submit him in the first round. All this bullshit. Josh Van goes out there and masterclass, and I mean masterclass performance against Taisuro Taira. He gets taken down, he gets back up. And he knocks down Taisuro Taira, I think like 3 times. All brutal. The second time he knocked him down, it was an uppercut. There's a picture on his shit. Oh my god, brutal, man. I love Josh Van. I think he's gonna beat Pantoja. I would have put him on the White House, but it might be too soon. Holy crap, though. All props to Josh Van. Volkov, Cortez Acosta's pretty boring. It's these heavyweights, man. If Volkov just wasn't there, Acosta would be top contender, and it would be a pretty interesting division. But Volkov just out there jabbing, keeping distance, being a giant, boring kickboxing fighter. Whatever. Brady, I feel like those 2 fights are what doesn't make it one, you know? Brady Buckley just held him down the whole fight, did nothing with it. I think that's what brings this fight card down. 2 main event, co-main, masterclass, like perfect fights. Bobby Green, Jeremy Stevens. Bobby Green went out there and submitted him. When's the last time you see Bobby Green submit anybody? Good ass fight. Just Volkov, Costa, and Brady Buckley just brings this fight card down a little bit for me. Now, I mean, prelims fantastic. Gutierrez Diaz, banger. Alvarez Amazov proved might be a better wrestler than fucking Chimaev, banger. Dodson Rebecki, banger. That was a banger fight. Miller Gordon, banger. Jim Miller proving that he still got it. Submits Gordon in a fucking guillotine submission. Hell yeah. Oh my god, I forgot. Kopylov Tulio. Kopylov destroyed this man. Knocked him spark. I thought Tulio was gonna win, but Kopylov proved he's really about it. Went out there and knocked him with spark out. Suzukaev, another submission, 3rd round. Great performance. Card low-key better than the White House card. Says it right there. Speaks for his own. It's just those 2 fights mess it up, man. That's why I can't put it first, you know. So in my opinion, this one, it's a close second. You know, this one I gave an A+. This one's an A++. So far, 2026, fantastic year. Fantastic set of fights. Not even to mention fight nights. Carlos Prates, banger. Like, oh my goodness. What a Renato Moicano back, banger. I forgot who else is on the fight nights. But man, fight nights have been really, really good lately. Fuck Bilal Muhammad last week, though. And Ezekiel Costa. Fuck both of those guys. Lost me a shit ton of money. But yeah, that's all I got for the rankings halfway through the year. White House is this Sunday, and then you got Conor Max next month. What a time to be alive. That's all I got for today, though. Doses.